morning, board members. We are here today to pass a final resolution regarding the proposed 600,000 ringgit capital investment in an advanced 5-axis multitasking CNC center to replace our 11-year-old legacy machining asset. The high-level corporate challenge before us is a classic strategic dilemma. Our legacy machine is plagued by advanced mechanical wear, causing a 16% components scrappage and 24 hours of unscheduled emergency downtime per month. This has directly compromised our Taiwan supplier status with our two primary volume clients. While this new 5-axis asset promise to expand production capacity by 30%, it introduces a severe financial, operational, and human capital friction points that we must address. My official professional position on this project is conditional approval. We cannot afford to stay stagnant and face a 16% scrap rate, but we also cannot blindly deploy capital without insulating our operations. Today, I challenge this board to construct a unified resolution. CFO, please guide us off with the financial risk assessment.
Thank you, CEO. From a strict capital preservation perspective, my professional position is deferred approval unless specific financial safeguards are made by me. Looking at our raw financial projections, under the base case scenario, we face a break-even volume of 4,750 units, leaving a thin margin of safety of 2,750 units. However, under the charismatic scenario, the contribution margin drops to 55 ringgit, forcing a break-even floor of 6,909 units, which heavily outstrips our projected market demand of 4,800 units. This results in annual cash flow of 116,000, meaning capital erosion, where our payback period is never. Our corporate mandate strictly dictates a payback period under 3 years, which only the base and optimistic case achieve. I must directly challenge the sales manager's baseline optimism here. Sales manager, you want to scale up, but without guaranteed volume contracts. We risk driving this company into a liquidity crisis if market adoption slows.
CFO, if I may jump in for a brief second, the market isn't just slow. Our competitors are actively stealing our spaces. If we differ, we don't even get a base case.
I understand the competitive pressure, sales manager, but we cannot solve market risk by introducing fatal financial risk. Therefore, to completely de-risk this, my original concrete action plan is the milestone-based vendor escrow framework. We will structure the 600,000 outlay into a phased payment schedule, 30% upfront for delivery, 40% upon successful system interrogation, and the final 30% withheld in escrow until the machine proves a consecutive 90-day cash recovery matching the base case rate running. This protects our liquidity against immediate down market capital erosion. Plant manager, how does an escrow delay impact your vendor timeline?
CFO, the vendor will love the escrow delay, but we can leverage if we manage the transition engineering perfectly. My professional position is conditional approval, subject to completely rewriting our rollout timeline. Operationally, the engineering division has identified several friction points. First, installing the CNC center requires a total non-negotiable shutdown of production line 2 for 18 consecutive working days, which completely frees our active baseline revenue streams. Second, our current floor staff are certified exclusively in standard 3-axis legacy machining blocks, creating an unmitigated technical skill gap in advanced CAM. Relational program, we have zero internal capability to run this machine on day one. I hear the CFO financial warnings, but I must counter-argue his push to delay this project further means accepting a 65,000 annual loss from legacy component defects and manual work. We must move forward, but safely.
Okay, manager, sorry to interrupt, but how do you plan to run an 80-down shutdown when the shop floor is currently experiencing immense anxiety and a pushback over alternative scheduling?
That is exactly what my operational blueprint result. HR manager, my concrete operational action plan is staggered buffer optimization and middleware integration system. To mitigate the 18 days freeze, we will run our legacy machine at 120% capacity over the 30 days prior to shutdown, building a physical buffer stock of high priority part. Simultaneously, I will deploy a third-party software bridge to map the vendor's cloud-based data API directly into our isolate. On-premise ERP network, our primary technical KPI will be overall equipment effectiveness, targeting 85% by week 4 of post-installation ramp-up. Sales manager, does a pre-built buffer certify our intermediate delivery timeline?
It helped immensely, the manager, but only if that 18 days window doesn't bleed into 35 days, which would trigger immediately customer defaults and ruin our ongoing Tier 1 compliance review. Team, from a market share and from a commercial perspective, my professional position is full approval. We cannot afford to wait. So our regional market, specifically for EV structural components and also aerospace bracket, is expanding at a compound annual rate about 9.5%. However, our competitors in Penang and Thailand have already completed their 5-axis transition, leaving us vulnerable. We are trapped in a client catch-22 or 22. Our two primary volume clients refuse to sign new 3 years contracts until we provide verified zero defect samples runs from an operational 5-axis asset. And currently we have 0 signed forward contracts. And I want to directly engage the CFO here. I acknowledge your warning regarding the 4,750 units base case break-even floor, but we cannot just sit around waiting for signed contract when our clients' corporate governance legally prevent them from signing without seeing a sample at first.
So how do we clear the break-even hurdle without exposing our 600,000 capital upfront, sales manager?
So by executing a legal compromise, my original concrete action plan is the conditional forward supply agreement framework. We will sign a binding intent framework, locking in combined 5,000 units annually, safely clearing our base case break-even of 4,750 units, and contingent only upon us delivering certified samples runs within 30 days of machine calibration. This legally guarantees our base case volume before we finalize the CFO's payment tranches. HR manager, will this 30 days post calibration window give your team enough time to manage employee readiness?
Okay, sales manager, actually 30 days is achievable, but only if we aggressively address our human capital friction point right now. So my professional position on the capital investment is conditional approval. So human and environmental governance must be integrated to prevent a total operational friction. So the raw report outline major human capital hazard. So uncontrolled shop floor rumors regarding to high-tier automation have caused immense anxiety. So driving a 12% spike in the unplanned medical leave, and furthermore, the high velocity spindle assembly will create a floor noise level peaking at 92 dB, so which directly violate occupational health comfort profile. So along with creating an atomized chemical coolant mix, so additionally the new machine draw 28% more electrical power per hour than our legacy setup, so threatening our net zero carbon target. So I want to build upon the plant manager plan regarding the technical skill gap, so building a buffer stock in great, but we cannot expect a workforce crippled by a 12% absenteeism spike to hit those aggressive pre-shutdown target without extreme pushback.
HR manager, what specific policy framework solves this floor anxiety while safeguarding our environmental compliance metrics?
So my original concentrate action plan is the safe transition and green government blueprint. So to eliminate flow anxiety, we will issue an immediate, transparent, no layout guarantee, ensuring our workforce feature in an immediate 6-week technical upskilling pathway to bridge the camp programming gap, and then to mitigate physical hazard, we will install acoustic localized isolation panel to keep the noise below 85 dB. So mandate dual protection respirator for the coolant needs and introduce a mandatory peak shelving operational schedule to run heavy cycle during off-peak energy hour, mitigating the 28% of power spike.
Okay, thank you everyone. So for this cross-departmental dialogue is exactly what we need. Let's dive deeper into the cross-examination. CFO, now that you've heard the sales manager's conditional forward supply agreement for 5,000 units, does that alter your risk evaluation?
It completely reframes the equation, CEO. If the sales manager can contractually lock in 5,000 units before the machine is fully operational, we completely bypass the pessimistic scenarios, right? Because 5,000 units clears our base case break-even floor of 4,750 units. However, plant manager, I need an operational guarantee from you. Can you team strictly guarantee that the 18-day shutdown won't overflow into a 25 or 30-day delay, which would legally void the sales manager's contract timelines?
Yes, CFO, we can guarantee that by utilizing the 30-day pre-shutdown buffer strategy. I outlined by our commission team a 5-day operational cushion. Furthermore, by linking my OEE tracking metric directly to the software integration framework, we will catch calibration error in real time during the shutdown, rather than waiting until day 18 to test the system.
So I agree with the plant manager's buffer strategy. If we can show our clients that we have proactively buffered their parts prior to shutting down the line 2, it will protect our tier 1 compliance review status and build massive goodwill during the transition.
So I must insert a critical caveat for the plant manager. Running the factory floor at 120% capacity to build that buffer stock means our engineer will be working extended overtime. So if we do not roll our transparent upskilling path and mental health transparency framework simultaneously, we will see that 12% unplanned medical leave rate climb even higher, which will physically paralyze production before the shutdown even begins.
That is an excellent point, HR manager. I accept your modification. We will coordinate the 120% production push alongside your staggered training cohort so that the single shift is burn out.
So excellent collaboration team. We have successfully resolved the client catch-22, protected our liquidity, insulated our technical workforce, and mitigated the 18-day shutdown risk. Colleagues, this has been an incredibly productive session. We have systematically answered all 4 strategic questions presented to this board. By synthesizing the CFO's screw payment framework, the plant manager's buffer stock and OEA matrix, the sales manager's forward supply contract, and HR green upskilling and safety blueprints, we have successfully turned a high-risk 600,000 ringgit liability into a highly controlled strategic upgrade. We are actively saving the 65,000 ringgit annual legacy loss while fully insulating our cash flow and workforce. So, I will now call for a final motion. I move that this board grants conditionally approval for the procurement of the Advanced 5 Exam Multitasking CNC Center, subject to the immediate mandatory inclusion of all 4 departmental mitigation plans into the official project charter. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, so all those in favor, please raise your hand and signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Alright. Okay, so the motion carries unanimously. Project CNC modernization is conditionally approved. Thank you for your leadership. This meeting is officially adjourned.